September is going to be a busy month at the Dubois County Museum. Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Joining me in the studio is Kathy Bachman. Kathy is on the board for the Dubois County Museum and also the public relations marketing person for them to talk about things that are happening at the Dubois County Museum. Now that things are back to normal, you seem to be getting busier and busier.
We are, and we are, mindful of that. So we're doing a lot more programs and asking people to come in and participate. One thing I have been doing lately, and I'll show Bill's because mine I ran out of ink, but I have been making a monthly program, and I post that on Facebook, and it's also in the museum that you can pick up, take along with you to tell you what's happening that month at the museum. I also do a monthly newsletter, which will be coming out in 2 days. So I just have a little bit more to work on that, and then I'll be emailing that out. And a quarterly newsletter also comes out in just a few days also. They all came together at one time, this time.
Well, and really, this is a great way to know that the museum is changing all the time. Sometimes you think of a museum as being a kind of static place, and it's not. It's changing all the time, and you have different programs every month.
Yeah, we just had a meeting for Christmas, and one of the things the exhibit person said was, I keep trying to put in something new, and someone said, people come up and they say, I like that. There's something new out here. So. There is something new, as well as some of the favorites. So in September, we have one of our favorites coming back that's always in September because it's Archaeology Month in September. We have an Archaeology Day, which will be September 10th. And it starts at 10 o'clock, and it goes to about noon. So our organizer, Marianne Hayes, has been doing this now for a few years. And she has a panel discussion, and she invites the former state archaeologist, Rick Jones, down, and she invites area archaeology collectors, local collectors, Kenny Hoaxong and Derek Haas. And they have like a little panel discussion for an hour. And then you can go up to them and have your artifacts identified. And one year, it was so cute, this little boy came with a tin Band-Aid box, and he had some spear points in there, and he wanted to find out what they were. And so the archaeologist said, let me tell you what that was used for and things. So it's a great morning. So from 10 to 12 on September 10th. Also, September 10th, we have our second Saturday of the month, Story Time, with Carrie Holdsworth, who is a local preschool teacher. And she's going to do an archaeology theme. So they're going to dig in something. Maybe it's going to be digging sand, digging beans or something. They're going to find their own finds. So that morning. So that starts at 10:30 on the 10th. On the 11th, it's actually Grandparents' Day and Patriot Day. And so we are going to be having a special cookie made, and I enlisted Debbie Zook, who does Debbie's creative. Well, let me make sure what it's called. Debbie's Cookie Art, and she's making a specially decorated Grandparents' Day cookie. So. The first 36 visitors we get in the museum that day will get one of Debbie's cookies, and I also will have other cookies there too, so not to have you left out. And then Bill, it's just amazing. There is a population of preschoolers out there and mothers that just want something to be able to go to with their children and to network with other mothers. And so we started on the third Wednesday of the month to have Play Day. And it has just become so popular. The mothers come, the children just love playing in our little, they were some play sets that were purchased for our story times a few years ago. And we haven't been pulling them out. So I said, hey, let's pull out this little bus. And it's just a cloth bus around poles and things, and a castle, and a a little fruit stand and a house, and so the kids just love playing in the little things. I had one little boy a couple months ago. He said, "Can I move this pool? We have just a little plastic pool with nothing in it but paper fish. Can I move this by the tent? Because that's usually if you go camping, you're right by the water." I said, "Yeah, go ahead." I just thought it was too funny. And so we pull those out, and we are adding, and we had this little bus now that's so popular. It's only like this tall and that big. We're adding a fire truck. So the kids climb in there, they go drive it around, they get on their knees and just kind of drive around, and they love it. And we just hear from the parents all the time, we're really glad you have this opportunity for us to come in, and rain or shine, we're right there.
So that is a play day for preschoolers.
Right,
and this month is on?
It's going to be on September 14th, which is the second Wednesday, just because the Lions Club is going to have their normal radio auction, and so they requested that week that we normally have play day. So we moved play day up a week. So be mindful of that, mothers. So I've been putting it out there, make sure people know that.
And when you say preschool, what are you talking about? Like
we're talking about the kids that are not crawling, or they're crawling almost to walking. So that's like 18 months to, maybe they went to preschool that morning and they wanted to come in the afternoon, so 4. So about, yeah.
Okay.
We had one little boy last month that we couldn't find him a lot of times because he was crawling around too fast.
They are fast, yes.
We were like, whoa. And then we're going to have an opening of the Hispanic Heritage Month starting September 15th, and we're going to put up a display. And October 15th, they are going to have a program about, it's going to be a panel discussion. So that I'll have more on that with October. But right now, we will be having some display for the Hispanic Heritage Month.
And all of these events are at the Dubois County Museum. There is a small fee because there's an admission fee.
Yes.
Or if you're a family member, can you partake in these without the fee?
Right. We have been selling a lot of memberships. And the memberships now run, if you sign up today, they will run 12 months from today. That's your year. It doesn't end January to January. It goes wherever you purchased it. And members get in free. And it's, a lot of families have taken advantage of that. So that's a nice opportunity for them to come in as many times as they like. Because a lot of times we'll have a family come in and they said, I know we've been here last week, but we just like coming here. One little boy told us one day, he goes, we didn't know if you were open or not. Your open sign's not out. And I was working that day, and I told the other volunteer, we forgot to put out the open sign.
They look for it. Apparently they look for it, right?
They look for that, yeah.
Well, and really, it's tough to do the museum in one day and see everything.
Yes,
you really do need to go back multiple times. And if you're doing programs and you're changing the displays a lot, it really is of your benefit to have a membership.
Right.
And then that's how you get your newsletters, right?
Yes.
You don't just mail those out to anybody.
Right. We just mail them out to members.
Okay. And so the first thing to remember is story time is going to be September 10th.
10th.
Okay.
And also Archaeology Day is the 10th. And the 11th is Grandparents' Day. And the 14th is the Play Day.
Okay. And then September 15th through the October 15th, roughly, is going to be the opening of the Hispanic Month.
Yes.
Everything's going on at the Dubois County Museum. Now let's wrap up with a little trick question.
Okay.
One item that you see in the museum that you don't want people to overlook that you think is special. Can be anything.
I just led a group from, I'm going to drop a name here, Dubois Sons came in, and I led them on a tour. I was expecting the mechanics, but no, it was the women from the offices. And one thing that we really enjoyed seeing is the Yule pottery back in the back, that we have a nice display of that. And And there is a quilt hanging that was made for the bicentennial, and people appreciate seeing that.
Two neat things to see in the Dubois County Museum, but then you brought something up. Ubelor and Sons, Chevy and Toyota, they have a group of their people come and spend the day. That's a that's a great idea for your company to give your employees, your staff, something different to do.
And they just contact me. I'm the tour person too, and I have a group of about 8 people that lead tours, and it just so happened that I was there that day, and I told him, hey, I'll be here, I'll lead your tour. So it worked out really well, and we appreciate when businesses can come in and help support the museum like that. That's great.
Are you in need of volunteers?
We are always in need of volunteers, and with these programs, like especially coming up October, we have crafts with them, so we need someone to help us with crafts, something like that. Or in December, we're going to have a breakfast. You can come in and serve breakfast that we have catered in, and you know, I put that on my newsletter coming out in September, that we could just use some volunteers for this or that. Decorating Christmas trees. We're going to decorate November 14th. So Christmas is around the corner. Oh, gosh.
Well, and as a volunteer, I guess you could volunteer for one project, one little item you'd like to do, be part of, or maybe you want to volunteer every month to do a little something.
Right. I have one volunteer that wants to be kind of behind the scenes, and so she helps me bring the play sets out for play day, and we'll do it the day before, and we'll haul that out, and yeah, it works.
This month, September, is a good month to go to the Dubois County Museum. Kathy Bachman, thanks for being our guest.
Well, thanks, Bill.
Our guest has been Kathy Bachman with the Dubois County Museum. Hope to see you someday at the museum. This is 18 WJTS. We are local people watching local people.